What's up YouTube? Back at it again with the S15 build. There's already an episode of this one out. In the last episode we did the intercooler piping, the intake and the catch can, and we saw how good that sounded.
In today's video we're going to be fitting the injectors, the fuel pump and the ECU. And then we're going to be taking it down to the dyno to see how much power we can get. Right here I have the 550cc injectors, which is going to allow us to have the right amount of fuel for the power needed. And then while we're at it, we're going to be fitting the strut top race. Let's get to it. We got the old injector rail out, and now we're going to be fitting the new injector rails. So these are standard CC ones and these are 550cc. I'm going to be reusing this old fuel regulator because I don't want to go over that budget. For the kind of power we're expecting, I should be fine on that. And it just saves a lot of time with having to figure out where the new one's going to go, etc. So let's get on to that. We're onto the fuel pump now. We're going to take the top hat off the cover and get the hanger out, and then we're going to be fitting this upgraded fuel pump. This fuel pump out on the bench, it had a upgraded fuel pump in it, but I'm still going to run my one because it's rated for a bit more horsepower and it's E85 compatible. So if I decided to change later, then this pump will suit me fine. So we're going to swap these over, get it back in the car, then we're going to start it up, see if it works.
To make all these extra little bits and pieces run, we're actually going to need to chuck in this Power FC. So this is a Pexi Power FC ECU. We've got a hand controller with it as well, so that'll give us a few readings. So basically, very simple. Pull out your inner guard thing there, and then there's a few 10mm bolts holding on your ECU. Take the plug out, plug this in. This is already pre-tuned for something very similar. So it should run our car perfectly fine to get it down to the dyno, and then we can tune it. 7:30 in the morning, we're down here at Graham West Workshops. The S15 is getting set up on the dyno right now. Let's pop in and see how he's going.
Here in the workshop, we got the S15 set up on the dyno. This is Dyno.
How you doing, guys?
Dyno's, just what's your YouTube page?
Donkey Racing Engines.
Donkey Racing Engine. So if you're keen on learning about getting stuff tuned and on the dyno, that's where to find it. This is where he's at. Jack, predictions. What are we?
A 193 kilowatts, mate.
193.
Yep.
And then Damo, non-biased predictions. What do you reckon?
I think 187 realistically.
187. All right. And I was reckoning between 180 to 185. So we're going to do a couple of drags, and yeah, let's see what number we get.
On 17 PSI.
17 PSI.
That's what we're going for.
Yeah, it's all set up on the dyno hubs, and everything is ready to go. So let's see how we go.
What do you reckon, Trummy?
Man, I guess I lost, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad day to lose.
Nah, not at all.
193.
Told ya.
I'm really happy with that outcome. We got 195 kilowatts, which is 2 more than what Jack guessed. So he's the closest. It's 10 more than what I got. With regards to the build, we didn't film this, but last minute we had to fit a fuel regulator because we were getting too much pressure inside the fuel rail. So we had to fit this. This cost $246 exactly. And we fitted it late last night before we brought it down to the dyno so that everything could be ready for the tuner. So we're going to do one last
bit of a glory run.
Of just watering down the intercooler core so that it's nice and cool. And we've got the I was spraying that before. Thanks, Damo. Experience is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're still yet to do our overflow bottle. I haven't found one that's going to fit there properly, so we might have to get Jack to make us one. And we've taken the extractor fans off the exhaust, and we're going to do one last glory run. Let's go for it.
All right, Travi. Oh. First drive. Oh, pulling out of the dyno now. That was good.
Hey,
That was good.
I was definitely spinning the wheels on the back. That's like a completely different beast. Oh my word. That is pretty sick. So this is what 195 kilowatts feels like.
Yeah.
Can't imagine what, well, it has huge potential to go, obviously, up to the 300 kilowatt, which I think is crazy. If you're just driving it on the road, you can just drive it nicely. It's right there. It's literally right there. Like if I'm just driving normally and then I sort of just go to accelerate, it's like bang,
Straight on. Yeah,
right
good.
there. How's it sound?
Yeah.
We're back at the jacked up garage now. We've managed to achieve everything that we set out to do on this vehicle. The only thing where we fell short is on the budget. We had a budget of $2,500 and we didn't account for a fuel regulator, which cost $250. So we're about $2,730 in total. I'm really happy with the way that it drives. It's got a lot of power on the road. It's got a good torque curve, so happy with that. And as a daily driver, I'm pretty stoked. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Jacked Up Garage. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.